Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Wednesday, the 12th day of November, 2025. Hope you're safe and healthy today. Hope your family is safe and healthy, and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in health, along with first responders every day trying their best to save lives. Those also that pick up garbage to keep our streets and sidewalks clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children that are victims of child molestation and pedophilia. Those that are helping the people that are victims of prostitution, child prostitution, child pornography, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators, perverts, and profiteers that make these industries exist. Finally, blessings on the homeless, more than 700,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, and military veterans homeless in the United States of America. Blessings upon them. For theirs is the kingdom. There was a basketball game at Madison Square Garden last night. The New York Knicks beat the Memphis Grizzlies 133 to 120. What I liked about this game is several things. Number one, the offense and defense for the Knicks in the first half was devastating. It was devastating Memphis in the first half of the game. The Knicks scored 77 points in the first half and held Memphis to 54. That's a tremendous first half of basketball. What I also liked was that the coach and Mike Brown, as well as the players, all admitted to not performing at the same level in the second half. They let go of the rope a little bit. The thing is that the first half was so overwhelming, and the team is so talented that they were able to still hang on. And the second half was more ugly than the first half was. But I like that Mike Brown pointed that out. I also like that Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson both recognized it. See, and you look at Memphis, the first half, they were being shut down. But the second half they end up shooting 37% from three. I mean, and people, let's see, Jalen Wells had 4 3-pointers. Jaren Jackson Jr. had 2. Ja had 2. Vince Williams Jr. had 3. Cam Spencer had 2. And most of those were second half when the Knicks were letting go of the rope a little bit. Can't do that. When you get a team down like that, the Knicks, and this is what's giving me a lot of confidence, is that they understand you can't let up. You got to stomp them like you did Brooklyn the game before. You got to put them out of their misery like a wounded animal and just, you put them down. That's what they need to do. They all recognized it. And it was mostly on the defensive end of the floor that they let go of the rope. And Memphis was getting layups, was getting open looks on the three-pointer, and they were coming back. Now, at one point, they cut it to I think 10 or 12. After being down, they were down by 30, I think, at one point. They were down by a lot at one point, and they end up coming back, and making it a game when it shouldn't have been a game. So I am glad that the Knicks, in terms of the team and the coaching and everybody, understood that this is not, see, and this is the thing, in saying that, in understanding that you got to play better and close the game stronger, what they're doing is understanding that they're not just playing for November. They're playing with an eye toward May and June. Okay, so they're understanding that we have to be better because later on we're going to have to be better because you're going to play all good teams in the playoffs. There's not going to be any team that you can sleep on in a 7-game series. So that is why I liked how they responded to what happened last night, and I'm glad that they are playing tonight. Okay, so they get a chance to really just improve the next night. And that's what Coach Brown says. He said, I'm glad we're playing tomorrow because we get a chance to improve in these areas against a good Orlando team. Memphis was a wounded bear. Orlando is a team that's going to be better than their record is right now. They just too much talent over there. So you're going to have to, and they won a last-second shot from Devin Bain the other night. I forgot who it was against, but they're going to be coming back. They're too good. They got too much talent. And what always has held up Orlando has been injuries. This year, they're not. I don't think they're as bad injury wise this year. They just need to get their act together. Let me see here. Because the main guns, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, now they got, as I mentioned, they got Desmond Bain over there. Their main guys, they're all available. So, yeah, right now only Mo Wagner is out. And he's coming back probably after the new year, I would think, with the ACL that he had. So he's been working on. He's actually working, all on the court now. So he's gonna come back soon. He's not gonna be here tonight, but pretty much they got their full contingent. Now, before Mo Wagner got hurt, he was giving the Knicks problems because he was very physical, and the refs were allowing him to be even almost overly physical. And now with all of these gambling revelations coming out, I don't know if you noticed, but the refereeing has been better. Now that's telling you something right there. Okay, the refereeing has been better. Now, they busting dudes for gambling on games. The refereeing is tightened up, and that's good for the Knicks. So they were letting Mo Wagner act stupid almost, when he was playing against the Knicks, but now he's out. So they got Wendell Carter Jr., his name is Junior, right? Because he's a junior member of the board of Anthony Ambulance University. He's always been a talented player. Coming out of Duke, I think he came out, and always talented, but always hurt, So he's starting tonight. They got their full contingent: Banchero, Wagner, Bain, Suggs. Suggs has been hurt a lot in his career as a Orlando Magic. They got Tyus Jones, Anthony Black. They got a very strong bench. Tyus Jones is a very solid. Him and his brother, they're not all-star, but they're solid NBA level point guards, both of them. Anthony Black out of Arkansas, come out of Calipari's Arkansas program. Talented ball player. De Silva, good. We know Jonathan Isaac out of Florida State. When he hurt his knee in the bubble, he had trouble coming back and staying healthy, but I think he's back healthy now. They got him coming off the bench. 6'11", can play the 5 or the 4. And of course, coming out of Len Hamilton's program, he can play some defense. And then you got Goga Bizzotti. He also is a very solid player. So they got a really strong bench in Orlando. Like I said, I don't believe you're going to be seeing them with their record now. They're out of the top 6 right now. Let me just see here. They're out of the top 6. Yeah, they're 10th. They're 5 and 6 right now. But don't act like that's going to remain. That team is good. So I'm glad the Knicks are playing them tonight. Mitch Rob is going to be starting again tonight. And I don't know why people are ignoring. I mean, it's pretty clear to me when Mitch Rob doesn't play, and then Shamet starts. It's not like we don't know who's going to start. That's what he's been doing now. And then Yabusele gets more minutes when Mitch Rob is out. So tonight you can expect Yabusele is not going to get as many minutes because Mitch Rob is back. Okay, so you're going to have Mitch Rob starting. You're going to have Karl-Anthony Towns play 5. And you know what the Knicks have been doing this season? They've been playing Deuce, Hart, Shamet, and Jordan Clarkson with OG at the 5. That's what they've been doing a few times. And it's been working. Okay, it's been working very well. So that's what they're doing. I still see people on X and people in the media asking questions like, we don't know what the Knicks are going to do. Like, we do know. Just pay attention. It's right there. So tonight, Mitch Rob is going to be back. The Block Ness offensive rebounding demon is going to be back right on time. I like that against Orlando. And Orlando's at full strength. So here we go. It's going to be a good game. Now, Yabusele last night, he got 15 minutes. That's what you get from him when Mitch Rob is out. He's going to get more like 15 minutes. He only scored 2 points, but he had 6 boards. He played great defense, plus 13. Played great defense. Clarkson, 13 points. And look, the Knicks bench last night, 32 points. To me, that's the number. 32 is the number. When they get 32 or more off that bench, they're tough to beat. The Knicks are. When they get 32 more. McBride had 3 threes. He only took 6 shots. And what I like about Deuce is what you will never see him do is force a shot. He plays within the flow. I wish he would force a little bit more, but he doesn't do it. If he got a shot, he takes it. If he doesn't, he passes it. And if somebody's hot, he finds them. And he's always playing defense. So Deuce had 16 minutes last night, which is a little light, but +2 in the 16 minutes. Shamet was playing very well. Of course, Josh Hart played 30 minutes. You need to keep him out there for 30. Clarkson got 17 minutes. Shamet got 21 minutes, 10 points. He was 3 of 5 also. He was 50% from the three-point line. He was -11, but I still like the flow with him out there. Brunson was +22. Mikal Bridges +1. And of course, there's OG. Now, OG is so good. I kind of take it for granted. There's certain players I take for granted. OG's one of them. He is so good. I expect lockdown defense every night from him. And I kind of now am expecting him to shoot the ball well. He did not shoot the ball well last night. He shot 1 of 10 from 3, 7 of 17. He had 16 points, but he was +24 because his defense is tight. If he's not, he should have been all NBA defense every year he's been on New York. But he better be all NBA defense this year. I don't know what they looking at if they don't put him on all NBA defense this year. He needs to be on that team, no doubt. So he played 36 minutes, and he guarded Jaren Jackson Jr. a lot last night and did like +24. You know, Jaren Jackson Jr., looking at him, let me see here. He played 30 minutes. He scored 19. He was 2 of 4 and 7-14. Very solid. +7 for him. Very solid. But he's a tough cover. He is a former Defensive Player of the Year. Okay. Once you make that kind of leap in the NBA, you there. Okay. So he has won Defensive Player of the Year. Not just all NBA defense. He's been Defensive Player of the Year. So he's good. And OG was guarding him last night. Take up a lot of energy to do that. Karl Anthony Towns, again, I take him for granted. Like I said, you could just write in 24 and 12. Last night he scored 21, 13 rebounds, 4 on the offensive end, 3 of 8 from the three-point line, and of course, 7 of 17. He wasn't as good going to the basket last night. Missed a lot of chippies, but he only had 2 turnovers. That's good because he's a turnover machine sometimes. So he did good. And of course, our boy, J.B. Brunson, top clutch player in the league, +22, 32 points. And he was 11 of 19, 6 of 9 from 3. That's JB. And the thing is, he was in the flow. Cat was in the flow. Mikal was in the flow. There was nobody really forcing anything. The Knicks end up with 35 assists. And you know what? It didn't even look like they was trying. That's when you're playing the high-level basketball. The ball is just moving. Everybody's getting wide-open shots. And it's just a flow. Offensively, it was just flowing. They weren't even like, they shot, last night, they shot 55 threes. They made 40% of them, which is probably the ball game right there. Can't expect that all the time, but they put up 55 threes, and they got 35 assists on their points. So, and look, they not there yet. I'm telling you, they not there yet. You ain't seen them yet, okay? You ain't. So, this is only 10 games. I want to see by the time we get, let's say by the time we get Christmas. They always have a matinee game on Christmas. I want to see by the time we get there what this looks like. God forbid, nobody getting hurt, right? So, because this going to be flowing on both ends of the floor. That's what I'm saying. They let go of the rope last night on the defensive end. And JB and Cat understand you cannot do that. You can get away with it against Memphis Grizzlies while they hurt. You cannot get away with it against OKC, Denver. No, you're not going to do that. Okay, you're not going to get away with it against Detroit. You're not. Okay, they will beat you. So you got to play 48 minutes of basketball on both ends of the floor. You got enough subs. See, last night Bridges played 38. OG played 36. JB played 36. I don't like that. I like the other night when it was all under 30. That's better. But okay, we had to do that every once in a while. Every once in a blue moon, you're gonna have that. Okay. But when they're being very efficient, you can get away with playing all your 5 starters 30 minutes and then put more emphasis on your bench. That was the only thing I criticized aside from letting the go the rope in the second half defensively and letting them come back. I felt like you really want to put more emphasis. You want to have your Clarksons, McBride out there. Yabusele. You want to have them out there 20 minutes or more. Well, Yabusele may not, but Clarkson, Hart, McBride, you want to have them out there 20 minutes or more. And they could dominate second units. They can. I mean, look at this. McBride +2, Hart +6, Clarkson +8, Yabusele +13. So when you look at all that together, there was what, +10, 16, +29. Okay, that's what you want. Okay, so, but like I said, Brown has admitted he's still learning how to handle this rotation. Now he knows who the rotation is, but in terms of substituting them and handling them in the right way, he's still learning. The team is still learning. See, and look, they're 7-3, and they're still learning. They're 7-3. See, right now, the Knicks are the top team in the East in terms of plus minus. Top. They're number 2 in the East in terms of record, right behind Detroit. Detroit has won 7 straight. They're 9-1 in their last 10. The Knicks have won 5 straight. They're 7-3 in their last 10. Okay, the Knicks and Detroit are the 2 hottest teams in the league right now. Your Knicks and Detroit Pistons. And now look, the Knicks are going to get better. I feel like Detroit is playing at their highest level right now. And the reason, like I said, is that they're coming out of, they're no longer a rebuild. They rebuilt. Done. Now they're developing as a rebuilt playoff team. That's the Detroit Pistons. They're probably about 2 years behind the Knicks. But they're coming. Okay, and they're dangerous and they can beat you. Okay, and they can go farther than the first round in this year's playoffs. They can finish in the top 4 in the East. The Knicks did that 2 years ago, right? That's where we was. And so that's where they're at right now. But the Knicks are here, and there's a lot of upside. This team has not reached its peak. This is the thing that's scary. This is why I say the NBA has a problem in New York, because these guys hasn't even reached their peak yet. Okay? And just keep playing the way they do. And the reason, and some of y'all would love this, because a lot of people kept complaining to me about Tibbs, you know, the increase in probability of people getting hurt because of the minutes they were playing. Well, that's not a problem anymore. That's not a problem anymore. So guys are fresh. Mitch Rob is fresh, right? He's not even playing back-to-backs. Guys are fresh. Guys are hungry. This is good. This is very good. Now we got our 9-man rotation. Now we just got to get it flowing. And like I said, we're 7-3. And we're still just getting it flowing. Okay? 2 good games, though. Orlando tonight. I think that's on, it's going to be on BSPN tonight. And then on Friday, Miami. Okay? It's going to be, neither of these guys are going to be rolling over and letting you win. All right? And I know the Magic are coming fully equipped and not stripped. I mean, they just missing Mo Wagner, but they fully equipped and not stripped. They getting ready to come correct. We got to be ready for this. I'm liking this, though. I'm liking this. Second night of a back-to-back for us, so we're a little tired, but we at home, and we getting Mitch Rob back. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. See? Y'all enjoy the game. Be safe out there. Sure.